Hello everyone, this is Super Dimensional Bun. Today I'll be reviewing Bandai's high-grade 144 scale GNX from the series Gundam 00, or 00 Gundam. This kit was released in 2008 and retails for 1,200 yen. Let's start the review with a closer look at the kit. There's the front. Side. And the back. So there are actually essentially two versions of this kit. This is the GNX and then there's GNX 3, which has a few different parts, but it's generally the same kit. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. So here's the head. Now, it's not a whole lot of articulation here, not a lot of movement, because the collar on top around the head really hinders its movement. Look up and down just slightly. Turning, not so much. Okay. Then we got, okay, this thing tends to fall off. It's supposed to stay right. Well, let's just leave it off for a second, just to show you the movement of the shoulders. So you can shrug its shoulders pretty high, down, up, down. It's pretty much like the Exia. All right, pretty good. This one has pretty good shoulder movement. Of course, the arm can go spin 360. A little harder with this thing in the way, but yeah. The arm bends can turn 360 as well at the bicep area, but the elbow only bends about 90 degrees. Okay, and of course you got ball joint for the hand. And there you go. Let's put this thing back on. Alright, next we got waist. Move the arms up. This thing can spin 360. So, that's right. I've got to show you how far the arms can go up. That's about, hold on. That's about it. Not very high. And while we're at it, show you how far this thing can split. Now, not very far either. Now, it can only split about that far and still have its feet flat on the table. Oh, there goes that part. Let me finish this up. So we got ended off with the articulation, well, the waist movement, legs. So obviously these things will get in the way, so I can't do splits very far, but I think it's connected by a ball joint, so regardless, you can't. This guy won't split very far at all. You got these covers on the back of the knees, or so kind of doesn't really hinder its movements. I mean, the leg can still bend a little more than 90 degrees, but you got all these things in the back that kind of make it a little bit cluttered. So yeah, you can't really fully pose this guy. These things move. This weird cockpit escape pod that's connected to the crotch area. And what else? You got the ankles. Now they can turn. Actually, they can turn 360. And they can bend front and back. So you can move. It's a little more independent movement, which is not bad. And then you got these little pieces of armor. They tend to fall off on mine, especially on this one. Maybe need to put some more paint or something on it. Anyway, all right. So that's it for poseability and articulation. Next, go ahead and look at the accessories. So first off, you got the shield, GN shield. This is has one little peg here that you can take off, pop on. It's just you just pop it right on, and it can go. It attaches on these little slats on forearms. Now you can actually put on either arm, inside or out, but of course putting on the inside would not make any sense. You just go ahead and pop that on there. Okay, there, it's nice and firm. And there you go. Okay, this thing's coming off again. Probably could use some glue or something. Okay, you also get an extra hand that's open. It's pretty nice. Looks a little more, as the fingers look a little more pointed than, let's say, your normal Gundams. It's interesting. Anyway, it's good for holding a long rifle. You got two beam sabers, clear sabers and handles. Just pop them in. Looks pretty nice. They use the same beam saber parts that old seed kits do. So it looks pretty nice, two beam sabers. Alright, let's move on to the beam rifle. So you got one part here that wiggles a little bit. This connects to the forearm. Right there, well, let's get a closer look right there. And you got a handle, which you have to pull out so you can turn it. You can push it back in. There you go. It's a good size, you know, not a bad look. Alright, and last but not least, you got parts to make this a long rifle. So first there's a scope. You just slide this piece in. You can add sticker or pin if you like, right there. And then that's right, you need to move the handle either on the left or right side and just slide it in. There you go. You get the long rifle. Pretty nice. All right. And you don't well, another nice thing about it is you don't even need to disassemble the hand just to arm this guy. So there you go. Nice long rifle. I have to say, part of the allure for me of this kit was the rifle itself. It looks pretty cool in my opinion. Anyway, okay. So there's that. What else? Okay, well, another thing I wanted to point out was that this kit, you can actually put it on an action base. There's a little piece right here. If you could pop that off, okay, no problem. And here's my old action base 2. You can stick that in. And now he's flying. I was a little worried that this piece would, well, at least the cockpit would interfere with just the attachment, but it seems to fit fine. Okay, now let's get to the pros and cons. So cons obviously are this guy is a bit cumbersome. I mean, it's cluttered. You got these giant binders or whatever they are. You can't close the arms. You can't really move the legs with them in there. I think the A-Law version of this kit, or GNX3, kind of deals with this problem. The parts are smaller, and I think you can close the arms more, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't have that kit. Let's see what else. I mean, this part keeps falling off. I don't know if it's supposed to. It also, I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to glue it or what, but this part's always loose. I could, but I don't know, something tells me not to. So that goes on right there. These little flaps, this one tends to fall off a lot. I mean, I could paint it. Hopefully I'll fix the situation. I'm just too lazy to do it right now. Yeah, I always had an issue with this cockpit. Just too big. I mean, it's a nice look, but not very practical, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't really quite ruin it for me, but I don't know, it just gets in the way. You need a little bit of painting to get this thing to look anime accurate. I mean, all the gray parts, most of the gray parts need painting, like in the foot, here, on the ankle, the hands, the elbows, even the inside elbows. Use the beam saber to point this out. This wider part here needs painting. Otherwise, it's just this gray color. What else? The gray part here in the shield. You have to paint that thing very carefully, even a black around it. This thing doesn't pop out and move around like in the anime does, but yeah, it's not really what you're. Not a deal breaker. The gray parts here and here, and the head. I use the stickers. I mean, shiny purple. It looked nice on it. So I mean, it doesn't really look too bad either. I mean, yeah, this whatever this is in the front kind of does block the GN drive. I mean, it's a nice big clear or purple sticker there. Kind of seems like a waste not to display it, you know. All right, pros. I mean, it's a unique looking kit. Not a Gundam. I mean, you probably have dozens like I do. So here's a Gundam Exia. As you can tell, it's taller. It's like a whole head taller than the Exia, which, you know, is a nice size for 1,200 yen. Then you got also, here's my real grade Quanta. It's almost the same size. It's slightly smaller, but yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot of detail on this kit. I mean, it's a nice bit, but it's, I guess, typical for a high grade. But you know, it's not a Gundam. It's I won't say an enemy kit or enemy suit, but you know, it's different. Anyway, like I said, the draw for me with this one was I like the beam rifle. I know it's not usually the main thing you go for when you buy a kit, but I don't know. I mean, 1,200 yen at the time, I thought it was a good deal. I still think it's not a bad deal, but I don't know. Either this rifle or the spear that the GN3 has, they look pretty nice. I got this first, even before GN3 even came out, so I don't know. Didn't know there was an option. I mean, even though you have to paint this thing, I mean, it still looks pretty nice. It's a good addition to your Double Gundam set if you want something a little different. That's not blue, white, and red, and not a total villain either. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Tune in again next time. I'll see you then.